it's Teresa back with a brand new tutorial. And this is a very easy tutorial to follow. You're not going to get hot working with yarn and making a huge piece, because it's basically what it is a an embellishment to a piece of clothing that you might have, that you want to just make it look more special and give you a little bit of coverage. It's a tank top, and I didn't crochet the whole tank top, but I just put this piece of crochet that I made on the tank top because it was quite low, so I wanted something for coverage. And it actually goes with this belt that I made previously, and it's a similar stitch as you'll see in the tutorial. So I really like it, and I think it looks so nice, and it really makes the tank top look so much more dressier and special. So it's very, very, very easy. You should probably be able to do it. I'd say, I don't think it would take you, if you know how to basically crochet quickly, it's just this piece that you're making. So, and then you just have to secure it on. So in the tutorial, I did say to, originally I made it white, and then I put it on, and it just, oh, I didn't like it. It just drew your eyes to that part, which I'm trying to draw people's eyes away from that part. So it was too much of a contrast. So I happen to have this yarn, which is pretty similar color to the tank top. So it's like a tan color. And so let me try and show you while I'm sitting here. So basically when I did the tutorial, I did mention that you would just have to stitch it in, like go around the strap and then match up the stitches and just stitch it in there. But I found when I made the original one that it was moving around. So you really should, I would highly recommend. I know people don't like to sew, but it's basically 4 or 5, maybe 6 stitches at the most. You should go right through, not this heavy part here where there's a seam, but go into the middle part of the strap where it's quite, it's not so bulky and it's thinner. So it'll be easier to go in and out. So I just did a few stitches in here. So that's what it looks like. And I actually have, I have another clip where I'm showing you that better. So I hope you try it. It's really easy. I'm calling it the tank top topper. So you get some coverage here. And then I have this belt as well that I made. So you should try the belt too if you're interested. It's quite lovely. I love it. I love wearing it off my hips. But anyways, that's my tutorial for the day. I haven't done a tutorial in a while. I've been asking people and not getting much of a response. I know it's summer and a lot of people don't want to do a lot of heavy crocheting because it's hot. So this is something that you can make quickly and put it on. You can do it on different tank tops. If you have a bunch of tank tops that you want to just make them look special, I would appreciate it if you tried it out and let me know how it turns out. It's a really fast, easy, and a beautiful way to make just a simple, plain old tank top look so much nicer, and then you can just wear it with pride, saying, this is something else that I made. Anyways, if you want to do this along with the tutorial, and if you do make anything, please post them on the Facebook group, Craving Crochet, and I'll leave the link below. Okay, so this is the crochet tank top topper that I made, and I originally made it with white, and I really did not like the contrast with the white, so I redid it with this tan color, which is more like the tank top color. So I think it goes much nicer. I really like the way this turned out. This looks a lot nicer, but in my tutorial you're going to see me showing the white that I did originally, and I did 16 stitches originally. Now with this one I added another 2 rows, so I ended up doing 18, and I will show you. I sewed it, let me get it on camera here. I just flipped it and sewed it here, flipped it and sewed it here. And so, but what I ended up doing was in my original tutorial, I just said that I stitched this together. And I found that when I did that, if this is a little bit loose, it's gonna move around. So I ended up sewing it the same way from back to front, but I did end up going through the little strap. So I started in the back and I went from the crocheted part. I didn't go on the edge because it was too thick, but I ended up going through the crocheted part and then through the crocheted part and then just in and out, and I ended up making the, yeah, so I had to, and then I just did my little securing it just like I showed you with the white, but the way I had only shown you doing it from this side, I ended up doing it through the sleeve. So just going from the back to the front, the back, it just, you need to have some security there because it's going to move around. So, and it wasn't difficult, so I went through this thin part of the strap. I know that a lot of people don't like to sew, but it's necessary in order to get the results that you want. So that's it. Look how much coverage I'm getting. It's covering all this, and that was all hanging out, and I didn't like that. So that's it. I have the tutorial for you. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you try it out. I have a belt that I made with the same yarn. I did this about a year ago, and this looks actually really, really nice together. So I've got a little set now. So I hope you try it out, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you do make it and you want to share your pictures, please post them on my Facebook group, Craving Crochet. Hi everyone, it's Teresa back with another tutorial, and what I'm going to be making today is, I've already crocheted it, but I will go back and show you how I crocheted it. It's this embellished thing, that piece that I'm putting on just a plain t-shirt, because I found that it was quite low and I don't like when things hang out. So I thought, why don't I just crochet something to cover it up? So I made this piece. I'll show you how I make it, and then what we're going to simply do is, I counted 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need to lower that a bit. Yeah, let me go down here to where the opening is here, and then count about 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's, do it again. Okay, let me go to this point. Okay, so I went off camera because I couldn't figure it out when I was on camera. So this is where the collar kind of starts, the opening. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 rows. That's how I had to make it in order for it to cover up anything hanging out. I don't like that. So I made it wide enough. Hopefully you can see it, so that it comes out and around the sleeves. So then what we're going to do is we're going to just go around the back of the sleeve, and then we're going to put in a couple of stitches, easy. Just stitch it a bit here, a couple of stitches here, then we're going to do the same on this side. Just flip it over so that it's behind, just like that. And then we're going to see this point is going to kind of line up with this one in front. So then we're going to stitch that together. And then in order to secure it here, we're just going to maybe just pull it down a little bit. And then we're just going to simply put in 1 or 2 stitches here by sewing very simple stitches. A beautiful little cover up and a beautiful handmade crocheted embellishment that would turn just a plain old tank top into something a little bit more special and unique, and I really love it. And this is how we do this. I'll be right back. Okay, so to start this tutorial, first of all, you're going to need a crochet hook, and in this case I am using, I believe it's a 4mm hook. Let me just see if I can show you. Hopefully you can see that. It's a 4mm hook, and I'm using this, it's a medium 3-weight, or a light 3-weight, not medium. It's a light 3-weight yarn, and it recommends, it's 100% acrylic, it recommends a 4mm hook. And I will tell you the yarn, hang on, let me move those out of the way. The yarn that I'm using is, this is white, but I got it from Hobby. It's 100% acrylic, and it's just a gray yarn. This is the white one that I have left. I just don't have the label for this gray anymore. But it is, see, it recommends a 4 to 5mm hook, and it is a light 3-weight yarn, 100% acrylic. And so in order for us to do this, what we have to do is we're going to make this shape. Okay, and I had to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I did 16 stitches of that. So to start this, let me just find the beginning. Okay, so to start this project, we're going to make a slip knot. So I do that by wrapping the yarn around my finger twice. Then I take the first wrap and I just bring it to the front. And then I take the second wrap and I bring it to the front and over. And that's how I do my slip knot. And I insert my hook. And we're going to start by making a chain of 6 chains. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make a single crochet in the fourth, or sorry, a double crochet in the 4th, 5th, and 6th chain. So yarn over and then count 1, 2, 3, 4. Go into the 4th. Make a double crochet. Just like that. Yarn over once again. Go into the 5th stitch. Make another double crochet. And yarn over and go into the 6th stitch, or the very first stitch that we made, very first chain that we made, and make another double crochet. So then when you have this, it looks like you've got 4 double crochets. You actually only have 3, and then those chains that we skipped in the beginning because we went into the 4th, that represents the 4th double crochet to start with. So now we have to repeat this. So what we do is we do another 6 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and we're going to do exactly what we just did. We're going to double crochet into the 4th, 5th, and 6th stitch or chain. So yarn over, go into 1, 2, 3, into the 4th chain, make a double crochet, just like that. Go into the 5th, which is the one right beside it, make another double crochet, and yarn over and go into the very first chain that you made when we started this little section, and there it is again. See? So you've got that chain space because of the stitches that you skipped, and then you did in the 4th, 5th, and 6th, you made those 3 double crochets. So the next thing we have to do is that we go like this. We just, these 2 points are facing down, so you're going to grab the one on the left and just point it upwards. So you just twist it upwards, and then you find that chain space, and we're going to slip stitch into that chain space, just like this, right? And then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to make 3 double crochets in that chain 3 space. So yarn over, go into that chain 3 space and make 1, yarn over, go into that chain 3 space and make 2, yarn over, go into that chain 3 space and make your 3rd double crochet, just like this. Okay, so now we're at the edge again, where you see the tail hanging, where we first made our first beginning stitch. So when you reach this edge, this is where we increase if you want to keep going. Like I said before, I made 16 stitches. 16, I did this 16 times. So we have to do this 16 times, or according to the size of your garment. So you kind of have to work and then measure it, work and measure until you get, so you have that overlap around your strap. So now we're going to chain 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because we have to make an increase. So what we're going to do is just repeat how we started, and we go into the 4th, 5th, and 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the 4th. We're going to insert our hook in there and make a double crochet, yarn over, go into the next stitch, which is the 5th, and make another double crochet, yarn over, and go into the very first and make another double crochet. So that's the increase. So what we have to do now is we flip it over. Like I said the first time, we just flip it just like that, and then we find that first chain 3 space from the previous. We're going to go in there and we're going to make a slip stitch just like that. Okay, so once you slip stitch, you have to make chain 3. 1, 2, and 3, just like we've done in the past. Yarn over, go back in, and make another 3 double crochets in that chain 3 space. So 1, 2, and 3, just like this. So that chain 3 space is what creates that, or that chain 3 in the beginning is what creates that chain space that we're going to work into. So then we do the same thing on this one. We find the chain 3 space, which is right at the edge. You're going to yarn over. No, you're going to do a slip stitch, exactly what we just did. Slip stitch, and then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to make 3 double crochets in that chain 3 space. Just like that. Okay, so now, so we've done 3. So I have to do 16 in order for it to be the right amount, like I said in this one. I did 16. So I'm just going to do one more time, and then I think you should understand how this pattern works. So I'll just do another increase. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you always do your increase when you reach the edge, right? Just like that. You see the tail is here, that's the edge. And so once again, yarn over and go into the 4th, 5th, and 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4th. Make a double in there, just like this. Yarn over, go into the next one, which is this one, 5th one. Make another double crochet and yarn over and go into the 6th one, or the very first chain that we just made for this increase, and you make another double crochet just like that. And so now, in order to continue working this row, we have to, they're down, you flip it upwards. this stays down, and then we go into that chain 3 space. You slip stitch to join, and then you make a chain 3. 1, 2, 3, yarn over, go back into that space and make 3 more double crochets. So that's 1, 2, and 3. I'm just going to repeat this to the end. Find the next opening here, the chain 3 space, and make your slip stitch, chain 3, just repeat exactly what we just did. 1, 2, and 3, yarn over and make 3 double crochets in that chain 3 space. 1, 2, and 3, just like this. And then you go into the very last one, find that chain 3 space, slip stitch, and chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and then you make your 3 double crochets in that chain 3 space. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that's how you complete the pattern. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you know what this stitch is, this is actually a corner to corner stitch, but we're not going to make it, we're not going to do any increases or decreases. We're just going to keep increasing until you get the right width to cover up your tank top. So if this was the right amount, I'm not going to keep going because I think I've explained it pretty well. So it's actually half of a corner to corner. That's what I've done here. And it makes this beautiful ridge, which I think is so pretty. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to fasten off, complete your work, cut your yarn, and then you're done. So the next part is we're going to sew this onto the garment. So that was demonstration. And this is the piece I've done. Like I said, I did 16 stitches, 16 increases. And now we have to put it onto the tank top. So I'll be right back. Okay, so now we have to just do just a tiny itsy bitsy little bit of sewing. So I have this yarn needle. It's quite sharp. It's actually, these are really old yarn needles. I probably got them back in the 80s. I had somebody comment, where did you find such a large yarn needle? I have no idea. I've had it for years. And so just thread your yarn needle. And, oh, where am I here? Hopefully it'll go, there we go. Oh, there we go. I'm trying to teach you and I can't even do it myself. Okay, there. So I'm just going to do it like a single. I don't have a lot of space here to show. So I've got a really long piece of yarn here. I don't even need it to be that long, but. So what you do is you just have one piece that's a little bit shorter and then the long piece. So you don't have a double. Like if you wanted to do a double reinforced yarn, then you just would pull it all the way so to reach the other end and then you put a knot. But we're not going to do that with this in this case. So I'm trying to make it easy as possible. So originally I was going to make this something else, but I changed my mind. That's why I have all this yarn here. Anyways. So hang on one second, let me get this sorted out properly so I can show you. Okay, so here's the tank top. And here is the finished crochet piece. So like I said, I made it 16 inches, or 16 stitches. So what I did was I counted to the middle, so from here, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's about the middle. Is that the middle? Let me move it over a little bit. Okay, that looks more like the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then I went 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's right where the collar area opening starts, where I want to start covering. And then, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this edge, flip it around, and then it's going to come around to the back, and we're going to just sew, simply sew a couple of stitches in here. Grab your yarn needle that is threaded, and then just simply go in from the back. Hopefully you can see this okay. I'm trying my best to demonstrate as best as I possibly can. So just pull that through. So that loose end hangs in the back. And let's do it again. So then you just, so I pulled it through, and then we're going to go back in. So you're not going through anything. You're just going through the crochet piece. You're not going through the actual tank top. Not at this point anyways. So then you just pull it through once more, and then we can go back in again. So from back to front, easy, 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 easy. Maybe just do it a couple of more times. So now we're going to go back this way. So from the front, out through the back. Just like that. Let's go one more time out from the back to the front. And if you make a mistake, you can just take your time and do it again. Believe me, I've done my share of redos. So let's just go in one more time. Just like this. Okay, and now if you just want to reinforce it a little bit, just flip it over and then just make a stitch like so. And then this will give it a good reinforcement. So then as you're pulling the yarn through, just put your needle through that in order to kind of make it more of a knot and a reinforced stitch, and that's it. And now I'm going to cut that off if I can find my scissors. It's always a challenge, so I'm going to make it a little bit longer because then I can just weave it in, and that gives it more reinforcement. Okay, so that's one side done. How easy is this? How easy and how cute is it? So now we're going to do the other side. Try and pull it over here so you can see what I'm doing. Aren't these scissors cute? I got them from my friend Clara. She has a yarn shop called Creative Thread. I'll leave the web link below if you're interested. She's got beautiful yarns and accessories if you're interested. And so now we're just going to do the same thing on the other side. So just pull it through gently. And then we're again just kind of match it up to, see, this is the back. You pulled it through to the back here like so. And then we're just going to sew these together. This is the yarn from this piece. Get that out of the way. And just sew again. Sewing is not, it's pretty simple. I know a lot of people do not like to sew, but that's why I just thought, let me just make something really easy, quick. And so I just went in from the back out to the front and then go back in again. Just pull it through. Just just like that. Let's go maybe one more, close to the edge. Pull it through from the going in, out from the back and into the front, and now we're in the front, so we're going to go back in to the back, pull it through. You need to sew sometimes just to do a little bit of attaching if you're going to be doing embellishments to your clothes. And there's a lot of things you can do with crochet. Lots. Let's do another one. There. Lots of things. You can put flowers on t-shirts. There's so many things you can do with crochet that it's like the possibilities are literally endless. So let me just do the last one, just going in from the front out through the back. Just like that. And then we are going to make that little double stitch like we did last time, and just to put a little bit more reinforcement. Pull it through, go through that loop, and that just reinforces it just a little bit more. Okay, we're just about done. We just have one more little thing to do. So I'm just going to make it a little bit long because I'm going to be weaving in a bit. So now, get that out of the way. We have to secure this. So I'm going to pull it down just a little bit. And we're going to go in through the back side. So we have to go back here, right? Through the material. So hang on, let me get organized here so I can show you. Okay, so I tried it on and I tried to measure it to see how far down I want it to go, because when you put it on your body, it's different than when it's just lying flat. So I'm just going to just let it hang the way it wants to hang here. And then I'm going to go into the tank top from the bottom. I can't show it all on camera because I just don't have enough space. So grab your yarn needle, go underneath, see here, that's the bottom. Now I gotta set it up again. I just wanted to show you so you understand what I'm trying to do. So make it nice and straight and even. Take out all the wrinkles. And then we just go into the front underneath, because we're going to start sewing this just at this point. Let me move this up. I have to fix that. This loose end here, I'm going to end up just weaving that in. So I'm trying to do it evenly. Okay, so I just had to make sure it was nice and straight and flat because I want it to be even. So I'm just going in from the bottom of the tank and putting my needle, try and get it right to the center here of that point. And then just pull through slowly. Make sure you don't pull it all out. So you kind of have to watch what you're doing from the other end, which I can't show you. Okay, see, I almost pulled it all the way through. So let me just pull that back. This doesn't help, it's kind of in the way. So we're just going to do a couple, 2-3 stitches, that's it, just to secure this. Otherwise, if the wind blows, if you left it, you could leave it just hanging if you want, but if you get wind, if you're outside, it might just blow upwards, and then, you know, that wouldn't be good. So there we go. So that's the second stitch. So I'll just do a few more just so that it's nice and secure. And go back in from the back, from the inside. pull it through. And then I think I'll just do one more. I think I should be fine with that. That should keep it from blowing away if any wind comes. So let me just show you what I got here. So I'm just going to go and just do a little stitch. Let's see, maybe just like this. Just like this. Make sure it's not showing. Maybe I'll go up higher just to reinforce it a bit. Just do that, like so. And then go back in. And that reinforces it. I'll just go in here as well. Just to reinforce it a little bit more. In the back. In the inside, actually. Which is the back, because you can't see it. And that's that. So I'm just going to cut my yarn. And then I'll clean up all those loose ends. Okay, so I just want to show you, let me get this out of the way. Because of the seams that we made, I noticed when I put it on that it was kind of tugging back. So I'm going to make sure that I make sure that it's kind of going to the front, because you don't want to lose that pretty design. So I'm just going to quickly show you how I'm going to do this by threading the yarn needle and then just kind of going like this, just to kind of reinforce that little piece there so that it doesn't get hidden in the back. Hopefully that makes sense. I can see it now that it looks better like this. And just do that, or you can just weave it through the yarn itself, just like this, and hide the tail. Kind of reinforces it a bit so that it's more in the front. After you're doing all this work, you want it to look good, right? So that's it. So just reinforce it. And I'll cut the yarn. Actually, I will weave it through the back so that it doesn't show. So I'm just doing that to that piece and to that piece so that it doesn't get hidden in the back. When you go to put it on, it sticks more into the front. It's visible in the front. So I just wanted to show you that, this one as well. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Let me show you something.